Here's Herbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see it often, this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Touchdown 49ers! Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the air. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Niners 7, Chargers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. Just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. The Chargers are 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert, that's swung out to Mostert. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, he's got him wide open, complete. And that will end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Herbert. He's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. So the challenge not a successful one, as this will stay an incomplete pass. Hopkins' kick is good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with him for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone.
Better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Lance now to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Ready.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Lance. They'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here we go. Smith ready.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the season. The gun, McCaffrey. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at 3rd and 1.
10 cycles.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 14-yard line here. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from a strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And that is a situation where in the defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to spread full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you have to play diagonals perfectly there.
They get this out quickly to the left side. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Niners' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Chargers 3.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his man in the crossing route. A big play there for LA. 44 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Herbert. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And a second field goal here cuts that deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before than their kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had a short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Come down there.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
62 blaster.
On play action, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Lance finding Debo there for the Niner first. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Okay, ready?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on a counter, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Lance looking to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial it all the way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I see the surprise in the face there, Parker. That is a rare completion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Lance going to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight end, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
Miles away and smiling.
and happy.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Here we go.
Long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On the double.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here we go.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. This time they stay on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Brings up 4th down. J.K. Scott in formation.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. By no means, certainly, are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And finding the tight end Hooper. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now a hit and a loose football.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, but he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I would have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Mostert up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense draws.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down right around the 16. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mostert. Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now cut the lead to 21-17. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Lance. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up. Or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Got it. Red, yellow.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And Lance now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll lead the 39 here for 1st. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Watch out now. 52. Trouble, 38. Ready?
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
See what they have drawn up here. They go behind the line, 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Third down, here's McCaffrey. This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
This will be brought out from the middle. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that era there. Turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
Okay,
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. And Lance again going to keep it. And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with the lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Patterson's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On 2nd and 9. Herbert moving left side. It's complete. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 35. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This is caught by Williams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down like we saw there, magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 19-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Chargers. From about 10 yards away. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Now Priest here as he's past the 30. And to the races down the right side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
You don't have any analytics. Those are your critics. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Real estate's been pretty hard to navigate up the middle, hasn't it? Been real tough for them to run the football.
Another example there, but when they try to bounce it outside, the numbers have been to the advantage defensively there, too.
Yeah, once they took care of the middle, that allowed those linebackers and secondary guys to run to the ball and the perimeter.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
And the question is, can they string a few of those together? Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Samson Ebukam able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
On first down, it's Herbert. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A good move. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point.
Touchdown! Mike Williams, a 7-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are back within a score. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense up to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
They're good with the 4-minute offense. This is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Definitely feel like a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to the goal and holding them to a short gain.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Well, a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down, 49ers.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 7 yards there on the keeper, but still 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick to get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Herbert to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Herbert. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing, Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have early in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
San Francisco, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for San Francisco, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the wind moves them to